Hello, Sue Chemnitz here, and you can find me at SueChemnitz.com or on Instagram at SueChemnitzArt. And I just have to fess up. I was working on a blog post yesterday and today, and I was talking about my new sketchbooks and some different things that I've tried, and I thought it would be way more fun for you to see them in person. So it's as easy as that. This is my newest one, and I confess I haven't worked in here very much, but this is Jane Davenport Mixed Media Journal, I think is what the name actually is. And I picked it up because of the smaller size and because of the watercolor paper in it, and because I'm doing these little ladies right now, and I'm just trying to keep them as sketches and not full-blown paintings, and so I thought it would be really fun to try them in this a little bit more something that's watercolory. So what I have found is that I really like hot press watercolor paper, and this has a little tooth to it, a little texture to it. I think some of it is kind of supposed to be hot pressed from what I read about it, but it doesn't really feel quite smooth enough for me to think that it's hot pressed, but it is fun. It's fun to kind of mess around with the watercolors in here, and certainly it takes ink really well, and you know, I can still put my little stories in with my ladies. That first gleeful song of the day reminded her how precious each moment is and to be treasured. And so, yeah, so like I said, it really accepts watercolor quite well. Where's my little watercolor? Here it is. And I already put some ink on this one, so let's just get a little teeny brush here. I'm just going to put just a couple lines in on this lovely little lady here. And I think what I have found with this, oops, that's not the color I really wanted. I think what I have found with this is, you know, I'm not really a watercolor artist. I'm way more into acrylics, but it's been fun just to experiment a little bit with my watercolors. See, watercolors a watercolorist would never take the green first and then stick it in the yellow, but I would. So, and then, you know, I just like kind of being loosey-goosey in here. And I kind of wanted to show you that because I really haven't worked in here all that much. But anyway, I do like the size. I think it'll be great for traveling, and I love this juicy color. It's just absolutely marvelous, isn't it? Okay. Now the Dylusions is what I've really been working in for the last couple of years when I've been just experimenting with mixed media here, and then all my ladies are in the back, which is just really fun. And you know, I just have to say, I love the size of this. It's 9 by 12 or approximately, I guess it's like 8 1/4 by 11 3/8, I think. That must have fit well on the press when they were putting the paper together or something. But I love the size of it because in the morning it gives me lots of space to not only draw and doodle, but also to write God notes and just put a couple of things on the same page, you know, and it's just really fun. The paper in here is a thick hot press paper. I think that's why I like it. It works, the pencil, just look at this yummy pencil. Yummy. Yummy is the way the pencil works on there and the eraser. And yeah, so these are in my newest class, and I think that's why I'm kind of into the sketchbook thing, because we're working on lady sketches in the new Sketching the Ladies class. So those are fun. What are my favorite things? Just the space and the size of it. It does come in different sizes. The feel of the pencil on here, just glancing over what I wrote in my blog. And it really does hold up well if you're doing some mixed media and that kind of stuff. This is where I experimented, and I think actually maybe did the one for the, I don't know if it's for the color class or the design class, but anyway, yeah. So really fun. I'll probably at some point actually put something on the cover, which will also be fun to do. But you know, because it's brown and stuff, it hides the dirt, and like I said, they'll get covered. So that is option number 2. And then the third one is one that Dyan Reaveley and Ranger Ink were generous enough to send me to try out. And I confess the size of this is actually 11 by 14, which is kind of big for me when I'm sitting around in the morning and doodling. And but I do have some little ladies that I've just kind of messed around with in here. The paper is actually pretty similar. The watercolor paper in here is actually pretty similar to the watercolor paper in Jane Davenport's. It's a rag type of watercolor paper, I think is what Dina says in her material. And here's another lady that we've done in Sketching the Ladies, or I have a promo with her in, and she was fun to do. The watercolors stand up well. Again, I like hot press a little bit better, but that's okay. I am kind of baffled by the canvas and the burlap. There's a collage, if you glance at my YouTube channel, doing this collage. Now this, I thought the burlap was super, super fun to do a collage on, in all honesty. So that's really fun. I just haven't played in it enough is really what it comes down to. So, and since it doesn't stay on my lap in the morning, it's just too big for my lap, so it's just not quite as practical. And you know what I was going to actually try with this was, I'm going to grab some of this wax paper from so it doesn't soak through. I was going to try actually taking a couple of acrylics and seeing what happened if I actually painted on this. So if I can, it's dangerous. Let me just put these in a little, sometimes I do that and I end up with paint just squirting across the whole floor. So let's not do that. Little orange, little turquoise. What other color? Oh, where's my magenta? I think magenta, you always need a little magenta in your hair. Just saying. Let's just squirt out a little bit of that too. All right, let's just experiment a little bit and see how this works, okay? Ooh, now that's kind of juicy color, isn't it? Yeah, I like that a lot better than trying to use, I think I was using scribble sticks in here. Which, I'm sure that Dina has great videos on doing that. And you know, I have painted on canvas with my acrylics for years and years and years. So so that should be kind of a no-brainer for me. Let's put a little white so I can get a decent skin tone in here. It's not too bad. I usually put a little yellow in there, but that's a kind of pretty good blush color, don't you think? A little pinky. Add a little white to it. And you know, when I was thinking of doing this, I also thought it would be, I'll show you in just a minute. I'll show you what I thought would be really, really fun. But let's just finish up her. That was definitely a blush color I have going on there for her skin tone, isn't it? But kind of, I think that's kind of fun, actually. Let's get a little bit of this teal on her skirt. Isn't that, don't you just love teal and orange together? Oh my gosh, kind of one of my faves. Well, that didn't go very far on this canvas. Now that I do have to say, might have to change my mind about this canvas because it just kind of reminds me of, I'm going to put magenta in there, I think. It just kind of reminds me of doing my acrylics on a big canvas, which I don't do very much anymore. Now that I live in small spaces. All right. Now, what I thought would be really fun is, because this is kind of a cream color, I thought it might be kind of fun to just put some white in the background over here. And if it was about doing the painting, I would have had a lot more planned for that painting, but it's not. It's about the sketchbook. So what I decided is that 3 different sketchbooks are just really good for different things. This is for quick sketches and quick thoughts, and maybe some tests of like these Dina Wheatley new scribble sticks that I got, just testing the colors. Really, really good for quick stuff and smallish stuff. And I love the size. I think I'll love traveling with this Jane Davenport sketchbook. My standby, the Dylusions is just super good for holding up well and for pencil work and sketches and just being able to have lots of room to think and explore on your sheet. And yep, so I really like that one for kind of every day. And then I think this one will be just good and juicy for things like the collage that we did. When I just want to do something a little less, I can't say mindful because I had thoughts when I was doing this, but just a little more gushy, So thanks for stopping in today. Thanks for letting me talk about the different sketchbooks with you, and have fun in your sketchbook, and don't forget to do it every single day. Practice makes better. Perfect is immaterial. So God bless. Toodles.